Hello 6th class, a very good morning to all of you. In previous class we were discussing about basic geometrical ideas, and in that we covered up to triangles. Now we are going to move to 4.5 exercise, that is about quadrilaterals. As we discussed in our previous class, at the end of previous class, quadrilateral is a four-sided polygon. It is a four-sided polygon. It has four angles, four vertices, four sides. Now we are going to do exercise 4.5, question number 1. In question number 1, it is draw a rough sketch of quadrilateral PQRS. We have to draw a quadrilateral and name it as PQRS. So suppose this is our quadrilateral, four-sided PQRS. This one is our quadrilateral. Draw its diagonals. As we discussed at the end of previous class, the diagonals are the join of opposite vertices, or rather than opposite, you can say non-adjacent vertices. So in this quadrilateral it will be P and R, because P and R are non-adjacent vertices, and S and Q. Okay. So diagonals are diagonals of quadrilateral PQRS are PR and SQ. Next is the meeting point of the diagonals. Okay, now we have to find the meeting point of these diagonals. It is this point. Suppose we name it as O. Okay, O point is the meeting point of PR and SQ, and it lies as seen, and it lies in the interior of the quadrilateral. Lateral means side, quad matlab four sides. Now we are going to do question number 2. In question number 2, we have to draw rough sketch of quadrilateral KLMN. Question number 2, we have to draw quadrilateral KLMN. So I am going to draw a quadrilateral like this. It is K, L, M and N. You have to state first part, two pairs of opposite sides. These are going to be KL and MN and ML, or rather LM, LM and K. Opposite sides are those sides which have no common vertex, no common endpoints. Then we have two pairs of opposite angles. The angles which are not adjacent are opposite angles. Now this one and this one, these are opposite angles, and this one and this one, this pair is also opposite angle. Angle K and angle M. Second pair is angle L and angle N. These are two pairs of opposite angles. Next is two pair of adjacent sides. C is two pair of adjacent sides. Adjacent sides means they have one vertex in common. Okay, like KL and KN, they have K vertex as common between them. So it is going to be KL. We have to write two pairs, KL, KN. Another pair we can write as KL, LM. Similarly, we can write more pairs also, like LM and MN, MN, N and K. These are also pairs of adjacent sides. D part, we have to write two pairs of adjacent angles. Adjacent angles are those angles which lie on same line segment, same side of quadrilateral. So same side, if we are talking about this KL side, then the angle line, this angle and this angle, they are going to be adjacent angles. Angle K, which will be written as LKN, and LKN is this angle. Then KLM, these are adjacent. Next pair is LMN, this angle, and angle adjacent to it, it will be M and K. These are two pairs of adjacent angles. Now we have one more question, that is question number 3, and in this question we have to investigate what? We have to use strips and fasteners to make triangles and quadrilaterals, and we have to try to push inward at any one vertex of triangle. Do the same to the quadrilateral. Okay, I'm just giving a hint. You have to use strips and fastener to make triangles. Okay, you will use strips, fasten them at the vertices, and you will get a triangle like this, and similarly you will have a quadrilateral. Okay, so when you push inward at any vertex of triangle, suppose you are pushing inward, pushing inwards this vertex, okay, because it is bound at these two sides, it can't be moved, okay, it can't be distorted, but if we try to move, or you can say push forward any vertex of quadrilateral, this quadrilateral also you have to make using strings and fasteners. If you try to move, push forward this vertex, you will see that because of these vertices, because of the leverage provided by these vertices, you will be able to distort this triangle, and it will, if you are putting some force over here, it will become something like that. It will move here, and it will become something like that. Okay, if you push it more forward, these vertices will become more acute, and so on. So it can be distorted. Quadrilaterals can be distorted by putting force on one of the vertices. So, and this is the reason for the question asked next. Why is it that structures like electric towers make use of triangular shape? Electric towers have shapes like this, like this. Okay, they don't use quadrilaterals, and the reason is because the triangles, by putting force on one vertex, they can't be distorted, but quadrilaterals can be distorted. Okay. Alright, now we will be moving on to next topic of this chapter, which is circles. First we are going to talk about circles, introduce some terms regarding to that, and then we will move on to exercise 4.6. Now you must have seen a lot of round shapes near you. Exercise 4.6, which is consisting of circles. Okay? We are going to talk about circle. Okay? You must have seen shapes like round. Okay? Suppose you have seen triangles, or you have seen a wheel. More example of train, a tire of a scooter, etc. These are all round things. Okay? These are all round things. You see a lot of these. So these shapes describe the circular shape in our mathematics. Circle is a simple closed figure. It is described as simple closed figure, or you can say curve. Okay, curve, which is not a polygon. It is not made up of line segments, but is round in shape. Okay. Next next thing is, how can you draw a circle? If you suppose want to draw a circle, then you have to use two things. One is pen, and then next is thread. Suppose you want to draw a circular garden, or you can say circular garden. Then what you will do? You will use a pen or a nail. You will fix one part of one end of thread to this, and you will move this thread, okay, all around. And what the result you will be getting is a circle. This point that you fixed is known as center of circle, and the distance between any point on circle and the center of circle is always going to remain the same. Suppose this is point A, and we take another point B. Okay, so then this distance, this OA, is going to be equal to OB. Okay, and this distance between center of circle and any point on the circle is known as radius of that circle. Okay. In this case, this is going to be radius, this distance. It is always going to be remain the same. Take as many line segments as you can draw, and this OK, OL, OK, OL, and so on. These are all going to be same, and these distances are called radius, and we represent it by a small r. It is represented by a small r. Next term that we are going to use regarding to circles is diameter. Okay? Diameter means it is a line segment. Try to visualize it when I am writing the definition. It is a line segment joining two points. It is a line segment joining 2 points on circle, and any 2 points on circle, and it passes through the center of the circle. Okay. Take any, we have to draw a line segment joining 2 points on the circle, and it should pass through the center. Okay, then this will be this AP. This is a diameter. Draw another line segment which passes through center. It is PQ. Suppose this is also a line segment. So PQ is equal to AB is equal to diameter. In other terms, you can say that a line segment which passes through center and touches circle at 2 points is known as a diameter of that circle. Now, if you look at this figure closely, OAB is made up of OA and OB. Okay? OA and OB, and both of these are radiuses of the circle. We can say this is R and this is also R diameter, or you can say 2R is equal to diameter. In other words, we can say that radius is equal to diameter by 2. Radius is half of the diameter. Next term is we have is chord. Chord is a line segment joining any 2 points on circle, and it does not necessarily pass through the center. Okay, it is a line segment joining any 2 points on circle, and it may not pass through the center. It may or may not. Okay. Suppose we are taking 2 points. This is P, this is Q. So this distance is this line segment PQ is a chord. So example of chord is going to be PQ, this line segment. Suppose we drew another line segment like this, QR. It is also a chord. And now suppose we are joining A and B. So is AB a diameter, which is a diameter? Is AB a chord also or not? So answer is going to be yes, it is a chord. In fact, it is the longest chord of any circle. Diameter is the longest chord of any circle. Till now we have discussed about center of circle. Then we talk about center, radius, diameter of circle and chord of circle. Okay, we have discussed about center, radius, then diameter, then chord. Next we are going to talk about sector, segment and circumference of a circle. First we are going to talk about sector. What do we mean by a sector of a circle? Suppose we have a circle with a diameter O. We usually represent the center of circle using O point. We can use other point also, but we normally use O center, O as center, smaller O, not capital. Center of circle is, okay, before center of circle we have to describe one more term, that is arc. Arc. What do you mean by arc? Arc is portion of a circle. Okay, this path is your circle. Okay, if we take just a smaller portion of circle, suppose we took this part, okay, and this point is P and this point is Q. So this part PQ is the arc. PQ is arc of circle, with center O. As we used to represent PQ line segment as this, okay? So to distinguish between PQ, this line segment, and this arc, we use a curved line over PQ. If there is a curved line over two capital alphabets, it means we are talking about an arc of a circle. This is an arc. Now we are going to talk about sector. Sector of circle is the interior of circle. Interior means we are talking about this space. Interior of circle which is enclosed by an arc and a pair of radii. Okay? Sector is interior of a circle enclosed by an arc and a pair of radii, pair of its radii. Okay? And this is the sector PQO. Is an example of sector of circle. Next we are going to talk about is segment of a circle. First we are going to write the definition to understand it. It is part of interior, okay? Interior of circle. So this space is going to be somewhere here. Enclosed by an arc. Okay, we are talking about an arc, so suppose this is arc XY. Okay, enclosed by the arc, so one part of boundary is going to be this of segment and an arc and a chord joining the end points of that arc. What they are saying is interior of circle enclosed by an arc and a chord joining end points of that arc. End points is XY. So if we join it, okay, this space that we are getting is known as segment. Alright. Next we are talking about semicircle. We have done, okay, we have circumference also. Circumference, suppose you have a thread, okay, and you bound it to the boundary of the circle, okay. The length of the boundary of the circle is going to be circumference. By circumference means this length of the boundary of the circle. This is your circumference. Next is our semicircle. Semicircle, by semicircle we mean half of the circle. Okay, suppose this is your circle and we draw a diameter. Okay, I am going to draw another circle. This is your circle with radius, suppose O, and I draw a diameter. This is diameter, okay. So this diameter, or in fact you can say any diameter that you are going to draw, diameter AB divides the circle into two parts. This one and the non-shaded part, this one, okay. This part, I am going to remove this part. This circle is known as semicircle, that is which is half of the circle. Similarly, this part, the upper part that we removed was also in an example of semicircle. Now we are going to do question number 1 of 4.6. The terms that we discussed today are very important and used again and again in our senior classes. So focus on them. From the figure, identify the center of a circle. We are given a figure. And figure is like this. ED it is COA B, this point P, and this part is shaded and this part is shaded. First we have to tell the center of circle. Center of circle is going to be point O. B, we have to tell 3 radii. Radii in plural form, radius in plural form. Okay? Radius plural form is going to be radii. 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 3 radii. Okay? We have to. It means we have to tell a line segment joining center of circle to any point on the boundary. In this we have OA, then OB and OC. These all are radii of this circle. C part is a diameter. A diameter is the line segment joining 2 points on the circle, but it should also pass through center. So AC is going to be diameter. D is a chord. A chord is the line segment joining 2 points on the circle and it may not pass through center, which is going to be ED. E is 2 points in the interior. 2 points in the interior are P and O. Point O and P. These are in the interior. F is a point in the exterior. A point in the exterior, yes, we forgot to plot point Q. So point Q is going to be in the exterior of the circle. Next is G, a sector. Sector, as I explained, is that part of interior of circle which is enclosed by an arc and a pair of radii. So this is going to be a sector which is AOB. A sector. H is a segment. Segment is interior of circle which is enclosed by an arc, ED arc, and a chord joining the endpoints of that arc. So EDE is going to be the segment of this circle. Now we are moving on to question number 2. Question number 2 says that it has 2 parts. A part is every diameter of a circle also a chord? Is every diameter of a circle is also a chord. Okay. Now we are going to look at the definition of diameter and chord. Diameter is a line segment connecting 2 points on the circle. Chord is also a line segment connecting 2 points on the circle. Difference between diameter and chord is this diameter passes through the center. It must pass through the center, and chord is it may or may not pass through the center. So diameter is also a chord, that is correct. B is every chord diameter of the circle. So this is going to be no. Why? Because this chord, it is not passing through, the center, it is not satisfying the definition of a diameter, it is going to be no. But in case of diameter, in part A, this one is a diameter, AB is a diameter. Is AB also a chord? Yes, AB is also a chord. So this is yes and this is no. The next we are going to do is question number 3. Draw a circle and mark its center and like this, which we will be doing in our next class. With this we are concluding. I wish you a very good day.